Well, I'm a little surprised, but then a little bit not surprised either, because he's had some issues here lately. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing just yet.
It's kind of crazy that it happened just now. I'm still trying to process it. I don't know. I think this will shake up the election.
Across the nation, Americans are reacting to President Biden's announcement today that he is dropping out of the presidential race. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Adams. Soon after announcing his decision, Biden officially endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president. NBC's Alice Barr has the details.
President Biden today making the seismic decision to step out of the 2024 race for the White House, bringing an abrupt end to a half-century career in politics after a disastrous 90-minute debate raised serious questions about the 81-year-old's fitness for another term in office. In a statement posted on X, the president writing, quote, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." Mr. Biden then endorsed his vice president, Kamala Harris, for the nomination as the party scrambles to change course before next month's Democratic National Convention with just 4 months until the November election. One of the president's closest allies, Senator Chris Coons, reacting.
He has always put our country first. He has an incredible legacy of service and leadership.
In her own statement, Vice President Harris thanking the president for his service and his endorsement and saying it's her intention to earn and win this nomination and unite the Democratic Party. The news caps a tumultuous week, beginning with the attempted assassination of former President Trump. And after weeks of pressure from Democratic lawmakers increasingly anxious, Mr. Biden could not defeat Mr. Trump. The former president slammed President Biden in an interview with NBC News as the race hits an historic reset.
I don't know. I think that's this scary part of it all, is that we just don't know what anything's going to happen.
Propelling the nation into unknown territory. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we've been gathering reaction locally, one of the latest coming from Governor Tina Kotek. She thanked the president for his years of dedication and said the state and the country are better off because of his service. Our Sydney Dorner joins us now in the studio with more of that local reaction. Sydney?
John, President Biden today taking the advice of several top Democrats and ending his re-election bid, while at the same time endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris moving forward. Leaders here in Oregon thanked President Biden for his time served, while also acknowledging this was a wise decision. Pacific Northwest legislators from both sides of the aisle shared their thoughts today. Oregon Senator Ron Wyden says he's all in to support Vice President Harris to go forward, building on her impressive record and defeating Donald Trump, calling Trump a convicted felon who wants to yank America backward with his checkered and erratic past of right-wing extremism on women's health care, dirty energy, and more. Last week, Congressman Earl Blumenauer became the first and only member of the Oregon congressional delegation to call on Biden to step aside as the nominee, saying President Joe Biden cemented his legacy in American history as the greatest president in the last 50 years, expressing he made the right decision to spend the remainder of his presidency implementing his landmark achievements rather than fighting a campaign against Donald Trump. Congresswoman Andrea Salinas agreed, saying President Biden has been a faithful public servant who has delivered on his promise to restore stability and rebuild the middle class. He has done more for working families during times of crisis than any other modern-day president. Washington Senator Patty Murray writing that America owes a debt of gratitude to Biden, saying he saved American democracy by beating Donald Trump and has led one of the most successful presidential administrations in history. Quote, like building our economy back up after a devastating pandemic, delivering on historic legislative triumphs, and uniting the world against dictators like Putin and restoring decency and integrity to the White House. Freshman Republican Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer's office says they are concerned that President Biden is unfit to carry out the rest of his term, saying if he's unable to run for re-election, he shouldn't be making day-to-day decisions that impact our national security. Now, Biden leaving the race leaves the Democratic Party crunching for time to choose its nominee before a virtual roll call coming the first week of August. John, back to you.
All right, Sydney, thank you. That reaction pouring in on this Sunday. The president was the presumptive nominee for months after easily winning nearly every primary election. Our Verify team confirmed, despite getting the endorsement, Vice President Harris will not automatically replace Biden. Instead, all of the nearly 4,000 delegates who voted for Biden will be free to vote for whomever they want. We'll continue to follow these developments through the Democratic National Convention in August. You can get the latest updates sent to your phone by downloading our KGW News app. Now to the latest on the very active wildfire season. Oregon's governor has now invoked the Emergency Conflagration Act for a wildfire that started Wednesday and has now grown to more than 116,000 acres. We're talking about the Durkee fire, about 5 miles southwest of its namesake town. There are level 2 and 3 evacuation notices in place in Baker and Malheur counties, and currently 0% containment. Well, that's burning right alongside the Cow Valley fire, which has been ongoing for about 10 days now. After burning about 133,000 acres, it's now 76% contained. Crews from Cow Valley are now managing both fires.
I am concerned about all of our crews, so hopefully we can get a little bit of a reprieve so people can rest, so we can get people out, because it's going to move into the western side of the state in a way that while we're on the east side, the west side of the state I think is next.
Governor Tina Kotek touring one of those wildfire sites today. Our Ashley Grahams joined the governor. Find her reporting tonight on KGW News at 11. Well, turning now to weather. We needed to see some rain, and we got some this morning by way of some scattered showers and some thunderstorms. Today was the wettest day of July so far, even if it was just light amounts. Let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri now with how long this cooler weather is going to be staying around.
Yeah, light amounts indeed, just 0.01 inches of rain. The Portland International Airport double that at 0.02. So yeah, it was kind of a little break from what we have been seeing so far this month with all that heat. And we're going to be kind of backing down from the temperatures a little bit, but we're still picking up some heavy showers and some intense thunderstorms along the east side of the state near Mount Bachelor and over in the high desert tonight. And rainfall amounts really across the state throughout the valley. You saw just almost 5/100ths of an inch of rain throughout the central part of the Willamette Valley. That was the case over along the central Oregon coast. Tillamook, you saw almost 1/10 of an inch of rain, and again, outside our studios here, 0.01 inches of rain earlier today. Yeah, we definitely saw some thunderstorms and some lightning earlier today, but all is calm as we head into Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. As we look at the futurecast, have it stopped here tomorrow morning at 8. Waking up to some patchy areas of fog, maybe some pockets of drizzle along the coast throughout the metro area and along southwest Washington. You travel south, you're going to be seeing more sunshine a good portion of the day, and will gradually warm up a little bit. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies over in Lincoln City right now. Thunderstorms, again, stay east side of the state tonight, but we are looking to see probably one of the best weeks we've seen so far this month, if not this summer, with temperatures. I'll talk more about that in details in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. We'll see you a little later in the show. We have a breaking traffic alert this afternoon. Highway 26 is completely shut down east of Sandy due to a crash. We're going to continue to monitor for when the highway opens back up. New tonight, a Salem man is dead in Marion County after he was hit by a car this morning. It happened near the intersection of State Street and 47th Avenue Southeast. Despite life-saving efforts by first responders, 61-year-old Michael Sissel was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver stayed on scene and was interviewed by police. No one has been arrested at this time.
We know that we have to be cautious. I tell my parents when they come to pick up to avoid Stanton Street, make sure that they are always kind of careful about their environment.
A parent in North Portland is sharing her concerns after a shooting at a North Portland park. On Friday afternoon around 4, someone fired dozens of rounds at Dawson Park, hitting 2 people. While both are expected to survive, it's worrying for mother Abigail Smock, whose children go to school nearby.
The neighborhood has always had a history, I think, of I would say some violence and drugs. It's just really gotten a lot worse since 2020. But, you know, we don't have a lot of choices.
The suspect or suspects had fled the scene before officers arrived. Anyone with information about this case is asked to contact Portland Police. And we have an update on a shooting investigation that disrupted traffic for several hours in Northeast Portland. Police now tell us they were searching for a vehicle involved in that shooting near Northeast 82nd and Sandy Boulevard. The car was found several blocks away with the occupants hiding in a business. Officers took 3 people into custody. Back in the Portland Metro, we have an update to a fire reported yesterday afternoon on Sauvie Island. The fire district there told us a tree fell onto power lines along Northwest Reeder Road. Due to wind gusts, the fire spread into a wooded area, covering about 2 acres before crews got it under control. No one was hurt and no structures were damaged or threatened. Downtown Portland is buzzing on this Sunday as the city hosted its yearly Pride Parade. Thousands of people turned out to watch the over 160 groups who participated in the parade. Groups representing the Portland Trail Blazers, Nike, PGE, Alaska Airlines, and many others took part, including Governor Tina Kotek. After that, the celebration continued for a second day at Waterfront Park. We spoke to people enjoying themselves during the celebration.
This is just amazing. The energy is electric. I'm feeling great. I have been so busy, but I'm not even tired. Just a beautiful crowd of people. Such a diverse group. I'm having the time of my life here.
The festival's amazing. Second time here. We saw the parade, so many floats, so much inclusivity, so much fun. Everybody's having such a good time.
The first outdoor Pride celebration in Portland was held in 1976. The Pride Waterfront Festival will continue until 6 p.m. tonight.